Hey ladies, sorry it's been so long. One, have been sick, so if I sound a little disgusting, that would be why. And two, my boyfriend finally graduated from Parris Island, and he is officially a United States Marine. We graduated on January 6th, so I have been spending like every single day with him, but his leave is up tomorrow, which sucks, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Okay, so I briefly touched in my first video on a little bit of everything, I feel like, but I wanted to make it specific today and talk about letters, because letters are your only form of communication from Parris Island or San Francisco. That is your, I think San Francisco's the other Marine boot camp. Sorry, I'm out of it today. So, letters are your only form of communication, so you freak out the first time you get a letter. Trust me, I cried for like ever. And that is not an exaggeration. I was reading it, and right when it said, "Hey babe," I started bawling. I really didn't want to cry, but sitting in my car, I did, and it was interesting, to say the least. Okay, so my boyfriend left on October 11th for boot camp, and to say the least, it was awful because he wrote the first letter on the 15th, and I didn't get it for 3 days, so I finally got a letter on the 18th, even though I had sent one every single day as soon as I got his address. So yes, I was a crazy fanatical girlfriend that wrote every single day because it made me feel better, because I go from seeing him and talking to him every minute to absolutely nothing at all. It was really, really, really difficult, but I did it. So, letters. Standards on letters. It needs to be in a white envelope, because unless you want your boyfriend to be humiliated in front of everybody, unless you want your DI or the DIs to read the letters, then I would suggest you not send it in pink, red, whatever. Hold on a second. Alright, I made myself a handy dandy letter notebook, actually, and it's really sad, but that's how I am. So inside of it, actually says letters on the side of it. Inside of it, it had all of my notebook paper that I would ever need, and in the back of it, it had envelopes. I would suggest this because it's great. I got the security ones with like the blue stuff on the inside of them. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there you go. So that they can't like look through it and read it. I'm really weird about my letters. Stamps are a bitch. They cost a whole bunch of money, but hey, it's worth it, right? So, I seriously spent like $40 on stamps because I sent one every day. So, a book of stamps comes with like 21 or something in them, but it's alright. So, I would suggest if you want to just get a notebook and that be like your paper for your letters, then I would do that. I would do anything that would like make it easier at night when you're exhausted, so you can just like grab your notebook, write, address it, send it, it's done. So, yeah. Letters come, depending on the Marine, few and far between. I got 36 letters in 21 envelopes. So, basically, these are all of my letters. Whoa. Sorry. These are all of my letters that I ever got from Parris Island, and it's 36 of them altogether. So, every single Marine is different. So, for instance, the girl that I've been talking to who's like helped me through everything, she got 50. I got 36. But her Marine was like constantly writing her. I didn't get a letter for like 2 weeks, but then when I finally did, it was like 6 altogether. So that was like the best day of my life. I felt awesome. So just remember that every single person is different, and depending on your relationship will obviously depend on how much he writes to you, depends on how much he says to you. There were some days where I would get letters from one night that was like 3 pages, and some days I would get it that was just like a page, but it was all good. I knew he was good, so that's all that mattered. The first letter, he might not sound like himself. He's still adjusting. It's the same for everybody. Trust me, everyone freaks out because it's like, oh my god, he didn't call me babe. Oh my god, he didn't say I love you a million times like he usually does. Trust me, it's okay. it's a transition for everyone. It's a transition for you to realize that he's changing into a better person, hopefully, and a transition for them to get used to the fact that DIs are constantly screaming, to the fact that they're on a time schedule all the time. They don't have their cell phones. They don't have you. They don't have communication to the outside world. They literally are trapped on this base. So you have to realize that it's going to be difficult, but it is so worth it. Trust me. Just make sure you keep yourself busy on the times that you're not writing letters. I wrote a letter every night. I said that I'm a fiend. I love writing. That's me. You might be the kind of girl who only wants to write once a week, or he might only want you to write once a week, but that's up to him and you. Like, you both should make that decision. For his letters, I didn't make a box. I bought a box and decorated it. But it's actually letters. Every single letter he's ever written me, or card he's ever gotten me, goes in this white box. Decorated it. It took a lot of my time up because I'm a perfectionist, so I wanted it to be perfect. Stuff like that. Activities like arts and crafts. I'm obsessed with arts and crafts. I'm really creative, so not to like toot my own horn or anything, but any little thing will help, I promise. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask. I think the next one I'll do is probably going to be on, I don't know. You guys should let me know. So, alright. Bye, girls.